Rama Pupoda. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Now let's continue with Janaki Mata. Alas, soon the time came for Janaki Mata's husband to be transferred again. She was loath to part from Bhagavan and cried bitterly. Bhagavan looked at her compassionately and tenderly, assured her, I am always with you. She personally told me that worldly life and the fact that she had many children did not distract her in any way. She continued to lead a perfectly harmonious life with peace within and without. Soon she came to be known as Janaki Mata. Even before she came to Bhagavan, Janaki Mata used to have Kundalini experiences. She also had other mystical powers. However, once Bhagavan told her, You are the self, she shunned these and instead turned within. The thought of Bhagavan made her abide in the heart and focused her on the self. By this kind of focus, she overcame obstacles of every kind. She became a spiritual lighthouse for many seekers who had lost their moorings. She taught them how to surrender, how to make self enquiry their focus, and eventually become the light themselves. There are many instances to substantiate that Bhagavan was forever with her. Bhagavan was totally supportive of those who were thus rooted in the self. Even after his Mahanirvana, his guiding presence steered spiritual seekers to recognize and adore those established in the self. Janaki Mata is an example of such a person. Repeated visits to Bhagavan accelerated her spiritual perfection. Janaki Mata herself shares why she always wanted to be in contact with Bhagavan. Bhagavan's presence made me experience the super conscious state wherein all the dualities welled up in the mind only to be absorbed in the great silence. The external world appeared to be a myth, an empty dream, the only reality being the silence within, the all-pervading self. The successive waves of latent tendencies accrued in the chain of prior births were totally obliterated, and at last all the diverse manifestations of the One sank into the void, and the transcendental self alone shone. It was this inner silence that she was established in. She would be immersed in samadhi for 3 or 4 hours in the presence of Bhagavan. She maintained constant contact with her guru. On one occasion, she sent a special walking stick with a silver handle. Next, she sent a pair of wooden sandals dressed in silver through a disciple, Natarajan, who later became Sadhu Om. Bhagavan received both the articles. He held them, inspected them, and then said, Give them back. Let Janaki Mata keep them in her puja. Janaki Mata worshipped the 2 articles daily with limitless devotion. The sacred feet of the Guru were forever embedded in the heart, the inner Guru. In 1966, which was the 3rd year of the publication of The Mountain Path, Osborne wanted to bring out a special Jayanti issue. He decided this issue would not carry articles on other saints, mystics, and gurus. Instead, it would be dedicated entirely to Bhagavan. Being its managing editor, I was consulted and I agreed. However, it soon became obvious that Bhagavan had other plans. He wanted to confer recognition on Janaki Mata. One day, Osborne called me and insisted that we include an article on Janaki Mata in that particular issue. I was taken aback because I was not even aware that he knew her at all. I was pleasantly surprised when he wrote an apt and revealing introduction to the article. Osborne wrote, It has become our custom to publish in each issue an article about some saint, mystic, or guru. We had decided that in an issue entirely dedicated to Bhagavan, this would not be quite appropriate. But just before it was time for the issue to go to the press, we received chapters of a still unpublished life history of the ecstatic woman mystic Janaki Mata, who has a considerable following and at the same time is a wholeheartedly surrendered bhakta to Sri Bhagavan. So we decided to construct an article by stringing together extracts from it. The second incident, wherein Bhagavan apparently gave full recognition to Janaki Mata, took place in 1967 when Bhagavan's shrine was consecrated. According to Hindu tradition, on such an occasion, a saint is invited to the ceremony in order to touch the shrine and sanctify it. The ashram had a committee of trustees to manage its affairs. My father was the president. The committee called me and instructed me to request Janaki Mata to consecrate the lingam on Bhagavan's shrine. As Janaki Mata touched the lingam, she became ecstatic. She called out aloud, Jai Ramanesa, Ramana Guru, Guru Ramana, Ramana Appa, Ramana Deva. The entire audience of several hundred devotees and guests became ecstatic, being transported to a different realm altogether. When I met her during the consecration celebrations, I placed my head on her feet, praying, O Mata, please bless me, please guide me. Her words of guidance are sacred to me. She advised, hold on to the holy twin feet of Sadguru Ramana, the savior of all suffering souls, and put his teaching into practice. Putting his teaching into daily practice is truly his two sacred feet. They should forever be embedded in your heart. Your Hridaya heart is Ramana. That's all, folks. Let's continue in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Pupodu.